What's going on, awesome people? We are back for another episode of Awesome People. Had a great conversation an hour ago with Arash and I. If you didn't catch it, definitely tune in. She had a lot of great insights. She's doing some awesome stuff with regards to hypnotherapy and coaching, and a lot of us really would benefit from a little bit of coaching. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, today's guest, or at 3 o'clock right now, we have Arash Jamali. He's one of my good longtime friends from back in the day when I was coming to Florida for an event. A great friendship was built since then. We had the great pleasure of being a part of his entertainment for the wedding that he had a couple years ago with Liz. So it was an incredible night, very memorable. Definitely one of the best intros I recall for any wedding. That he had the announcer for the Miami Heat over there. He's a huge Miami Heat fan, and we're definitely going to talk about sports a little bit because it's just fun to do with him. He, for some reason, thinks that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, but let's make him feel that way for the sake of this conversation, But also, Arash is part of the Forever Lending USA team that is the sponsor of the celebration of Nowruz 1404 at the Kimpton Anglers this Friday. So we're very grateful for the Forever Lending team, Behnoud and Dara and Arash and the rest of the gang that are helping to make these kind of events happen. So we're going to dive right in. We're going to bring on Arash Jamali. So please give him a nice as we talk about Nowruz, we talk about community, and we're going to talk a little bit about Forever Lending as well, of course. Let's see if he's wearing a LeBron James jersey, or at least a Miami Heat jersey. No?
Oh, no Miami Heat jersey today. Just the Forever Lending sweater and a beautiful view of Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, I like it. We're having Fort Lauderdale versus Miami. I like it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. That is a beautiful view indeed.
Yeah.
And I was talking about your face.
You're talking about me? Okay, good.
All right, man. It was so great to see you, man. So we're chopping up over here over IG Live, talking about Nowruz. First of all, happy Charshan Masuri. You're gonna be jumping.
Happy Charshan Masuri to you as well.
Thank you. So tell me, are you excited for Nowruz, especially this Friday?
Yeah, the Holtz team is excited for Friday night. It's gonna be fun. The Kimpton, it's a beautiful hotel. I think it's one of the first Iranian events that's in a luxury location.
Oh, I like to hear that.
Right. So it's always been hotel ballrooms and these great restaurants that we have here. Yeah. But this is like truly a high-end location, so everybody's very excited about it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I know for some of the awesome Iranians in the northern part it's a bit of a drive, but we promise it'll be worth it because
absolutely,
the venue is great. We got a beautiful rooftop, probably the nicest rooftop in all of South Beach, to be honest. And the outdoor for restaurant is great. And yeah, man, we're just excited. And I want to once again thank the Forever Lending team for being one of the silver sponsors. And it's a great collaboration.
Yes,
so we're excited.
Definitely.
So why don't we just go ahead and talk a little bit about what Nowruz means to you, and then we'll kind of keep on going.
Well, Nowruz for me, it's basically what it is for everybody. It's family. It's getting together. It's going from this person's house to that person's house, then following you home to, return the visit. You know what I'm talking about. So there's sweets, there's fish, there's all different types of food. It's a great time.
No, for sure. I'm the AD that needs are pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But tell me about how or why. We talked to Behnoud last week, but I know that you, having joined the Forever Lending team in the past year, you really thought that it would be important for your organization to really be more supportive of the community. Can you kind of dive in more about the importance of that, and what made you guys choose being a part of this particular event?
Well, we want to be, with the Iranian community especially, we want everybody to be unified. I feel like whether it's in South Florida or in other parts of the world, there's a lack of unification with the Iranian community. Yeah, there are pockets that are unified, but in the majority, I feel like we're not. And we all need to work together, whether it's doing business with each other or putting events together or just, putting social groups together and meeting new people and I love some of the groups that are going around, whether it's for business, for entertainment, for, having kids, having Iranian friends. It's all very good, and it's very important to our culture.
Yeah, we just had a IG live with Sahar, who's a hypnotherapist and a life coach, and she's just saying how, like, humans, we're hardwired to be part of community,
Right.
and so especially us Iranians, with many of us being scattered all over the world, we yearn that sense of community probably even more than the average Joe, and so
Absolutely.
that's what's great about this, and you know what, I'm very grateful for the South Florida community that is so appreciative of these like events that we're doing too. So, it's not that it wasn't being appreciated in the DC area, but in cities that have a lot of Iranians, like they just see it too often, so they take it for granted, But like over here, like they want it, they feel it, they appreciate it, and it just kind of fuels our team even more because we're like, okay, we can continue to step up the bar, and they're gonna come join with us, and that's
Yes,
great.
absolutely. Having an event at a place like a Kimpton is really raising the bar a lot, especially for South Florida.
Yeah.
There's been many great events down here, but nothing, to the level of that type of facility.
Well, let's hope that we live up to that bar, and whatever expectations people have, that we don't just meet them but exceed them. Tell me a little bit about or tell our viewers, because I know about it, but tell them more about what Forever Lending does, and perhaps the things that they specialize in, and also like what sets you guys apart from others.
Well, obviously we're a group of mortgage brokers. Ben Hood is the principal broker here, and he's built up a fantastic shop. We have 100 different lenders that we work with. We have bilingual loan officers, whether it's Farsi, Arabic, French, Spanish, whatever you need, we kind of have it under our belt. We have obviously the regular loan types, and then the more complicated loan types that people don't even, really know about. If realistically, a lot of business owners, they think they can't get, proper funding because for residents or for commercial buildings because, oh, I don't show enough from our tax returns. But there are tons and tons of programs that help out those people as well. And those are actually the programs that we specialize in, because everybody can specialize in some, with a loan that, the person works, they make a W-2 income, whatever. It's all good. It's all great. We love to service those clients. We get them the best service, communication, especially and specifically pricing. We want to make sure that we take care of all of our clients, Iranian or otherwise, because it's a referral business. If you think about it, you if you don't service the client properly, up front, they don't refer you any business. Every client turns into 5 different clients. So every client is gold, and you have to treat that person like it's your only client, and that's what we strive to do.
And you guys apparently specialize in like super fast completion of the whole cycle too.
Yeah,
So I
we
don't know
want
how.
to, we want to get in and out, in and out, in and out. We don't want things to linger. We don't want things to wait. Obviously, things happen. Things change. Situations change, and sometimes you need to go through different processes. But our goal is we see what it is, we put it in the right place, and we get it done.
Speed and
Okay,
service is your specialty.
speed and service, communication, minimal back and forth, and we go from there. We don't want people lingering around and getting nervous.
What is like if you have to kind of give some tips or answer some frequently asked questions that you guys usually get, what are some things that you can kind of share with the viewers so they can save you a phone call?
What's the rate?
They can't just Google that anymore. I mean, come on now.
I mean, listen, there's going to be, websites that give you market averages and this and that, but every situation is different. No 2 loans are the same. So that's always a tough question to answer without knowing more information about the person at hand. I could, you could go online on CNBC or whatever the website you look for financial news and see the average market rate and base it off of that. But the proper way to do it is to call one of us. Let's, put a mortgage application together. Let's get a pre-approval. Let's see what your document really looks like. And then we'll go find the best rate for you. And that'll be a true guideline of, what makes sense.
And then usually, like, what's the turnaround? So let's say somebody hits you up right now and goes through the process. How long does it take for them to kind of know where they stand?
If they give us all the documents that we requested and all the information we requested, From then on, I could have it within a couple hours,
Oh,
maybe
wow.
even less than an hour, just
Oh, wow.
depending on how complicated or not complicated the file is.
That's very good for sure. And then I know you guys, recently, and I think you're doing another one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a few months ago you did like a little workshop session. It was at Kulak, to kind of just help with this kind of stuff. How did that
Yeah,
go?
we
And
did that.
are you
We
planning to
actually did
do?
that in the summertime.
Hmm,
It was great. We invited the community out. We hosted the event. It was free tickets. We fed everybody. We had drinks. We had and Kulak is a great restaurant. There's plenty of space.
yeah,
Everybody had a place to sit. And it was very good because we didn't have like a stage and podium type thing where we would go up and talk about things and have like open questions. It was a group of us, and we would literally go table to table and have intimate conversations with people about their real estate goals, essentially.
hmm,
And it was great because they expected a conference forum, but we gave everybody a personalized experience while they were having dinner. So that was a fantastic way to reintroduce. Well, I've been here all my life essentially, but especially for the Forever Lending brand and Ben Hood and his team to introduce themselves to the South Florida market.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure it was a great. Well, I'm sure just like all these other events that we do, some people are just coming because they want to meet other people. So you're informing them. You're hopefully building a new clientele, and also you're creating opportunities for other Iranians to meet others too. So it's a trifecta in my
Absolutely,
book. So,
absolutely.
do you,
It was fantastic.
do you guys have something similar coming up in the next
We
few
do we
months?
we do want to do another one of those coming up soon. So once we get the details ironed out for that, we'll announce it in the various group chats and invite everybody. And hopefully, we had a great turnout last time. We want more people coming in, next time around because, like I said, we want people to meet us face to face. This is, in my opinion, this is a face to face business. Not necessarily face to face, but like you can do FaceTime, you can do video calls, whatever the case is. And it's good to meet somebody's face. These people are literally giving us the ins and out of their financial lives. And for a lot of us, especially Iranians, that's very private and very personal.
Right.
So you need to be able to at least know what the other person looks like.
Hmm.
And I think so whenever someone refers to a client or whenever someone calls us or whatever, I'd like to set up a Zoom meeting on camera. They don't need to be on camera. I understand some people don't want to be on camera, but I want them to see my face, and I want that genuine experience, but that we don't get anymore because of the way business changed. Now nobody's going to anybody's office anymore. Nobody's doing that, but we still need to personalize it as best we can.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a nice personal touch that you guys are providing. So listen, you're born. No, were you born here? I know you were raised here, but were you born here too, in
I
Florida?
was born in Iran.
Oh, okay. But you've spent almost a majority of your life in South Florida, correct?
Yes, yes,
Um, I want you to, because there's not that many of you who've been here for like 30 plus years, you know.
right.
Tell me about your experience as an Iranian that basically has grown up here, and just the evolution, and try to focus on like the Iranian community and stuff. Like where was it? Where is it? What do you see? Where do you see it going? Are you noticing a lot of people coming here and moving here? I just want to kind of get your take on
Well, I mean, the good thing is people are moving down here left and right, Iranian and otherwise.
it.
We have fantastic weather. We have, a thriving real estate market. We have some great communities being built out. It's a great place to live. It's a great place to do business in. So that's what I love about Florida. Now, specifically the Iranian community, obviously it's growing down here. People are coming here. People are moving here for whatever the reason is. Life brings them here. They're coming down. They're
Are,
coming here.
are you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, please
Are
go ahead.
are you noticing from a particular area a lot of Iranians moving down here? I'm just kind of curious what you're feeling.
From a particular area, well, I know a few people that moved from the DMV area.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't know if you know them or not, but I know a few people. Uh,
Well, like
so
that's the whole thing. Like I feel like there's a lot from the DC area, but that's because I'm like, well, I know a lot of people there, so I can tell when they're here. But I was very curious to see if there's like a migration from Cali or New York or other areas that. It'll be
Well,
interesting to
yeah,
see.
you're gonna have the migration. I'd say it's mostly from the East Coast and like Midwest. I haven't seen too many people coming in from California.
Hmm. Um,
So
how excited are you for the future of like South Florida? Because I mean, I would say that in many ways, South Florida is going through a renaissance, you know. But where do you see it?
where I see it going is just going up. People want to be here. People want to enjoy the weather. People want to, live in a state where there's no income tax.
Yes.
It's the trend is upward. We could see. I'll tell you from a real estate perspective. We can look at market trends. We can look at this and that. Oh, home prices this, home prices that. South Florida and Florida in general is always going to be the outlier. The bell curve. Florida's always going to be at the end of that bell curve, for better or for worse. Okay. But in this case, for real estate right now, there's people moving in here left and right. You have a net add of population increase every single day.
Mhm.
The real estate market's there, and it's just all in an upward direction.
The only bad part is traffic.
Traffic is, well, no, for you, it's bad. For you,
That's true. For me, it's
there's no
crazy.
traffic in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, it's getting a little crazy with all the construction, but I look at that also like in a positive way that they're expanding, they're growing, and it's booming. So it comes with its growing pains, I guess. But I'm definitely excited. I mean, the last 5 years has been a major blessing for me to have come from what I thought was also a great area, the DC area. But it's really hard to beat this area, and I'm loving the community over here. A lot of great people, present company included, and yeah, we're gonna try to continue to do great events alongside the Forever Lending team, and hopefully you guys see value in being a part of these events, and we can brainstorm and figure out what other type of
Definitely,
stuff that the community
definitely.
wants.
We definitely want to service everybody that we come across, but especially the Iranian community. We want to make sure that we take care of them, nurture them, because we're the only ones that know the hardships that each other has been through. At some point or another, an Iranian had to leave Iran for whatever reason. We know what the reasons are, but we don't have to get into the whole that entire conversation. So we understand the hardships of migrating to a country where you may not know the language too well, may not know the culture at all, and so we understand. And then being in South Florida, that's what it is. Basically, you have people coming in from all areas of the world, not just Iran. Obviously, you have from South America, from the Caribbean, from Europe, from wherever that may be, and it's nice to be able to have a team that understands your, I don't want to say fears, but your concerns and your the transition that you had to come to this country, and the culture shocks you may have had, and the different and how the way of life is here.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I think that, especially for Iranians that are looking for a great team, it doesn't take much to see that you guys are a great family oriented, working culture. And, I could just see the way that Behnoud, leads his team and takes care of the team. And so
No,
anybody that gets to know you
absolutely.
guys,
Behnoud, when I came over and started working with Behnoud, it's been almost a year now. After a month, I said, why didn't I do this sooner? It's been great here at Forever Lending. And even though I've been in the industry, 5-6 years now, I feel like my personal growth has been 10 times that in the
I
last
love
12
that.
months.
I love that. And you and Behnoud, giving myself a little credit here, are a great example of how through sponsoring events, you really do connect with great people. And like to me, like it's
Yeah,
a source of it's honestly a source of joy because it's also a reconfirmation for me too. Like I would hate to have people become sponsors, but then like they don't want to sponsor again or they didn't get anything out of it. So for me, it's been a great case study to kind of be like, okay, you know what? Two of my friends, they met over here, they're working, and now they're coming back and supporting me as well. And that's really how it should be. It should be more of us, especially the younger generation of Iranian Americans, working together, supporting each other, and just having fun together. Having fun doing the work and celebrating each other's wins.
yeah. When I think Behnoud and I met at your first Boxer event,
Yeah, that you
that
sponsored as a
I
realtor.
sponsored it. and from then we exchanged phone numbers, and we kind of played footsies for a little bit. Uh, you know, I always said that we played footsies for a little bit there, but then we finally like, I decided that I was ready to make the move, and I'm so glad I did, and I was, it's better late than never.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's really a lesson also for anybody that you don't want to rush into partnerships very quickly either. You have to have that period of time, no matter who recommends. Because I remember you even called me, and you're like, "How well do you know Behnut?" And I'm like, "Listen, at the end, you have to go on a date a few times and
Yeah,
just see if you guys
we went on a few.
vibe."
We went on a few
And
dates. We went on a few dates.
then you finally held hands,
Yeah.
and and the rest is history. Well, listen, I'm very excited for you guys. You guys are gonna really kill it together. I think you guys already are, and you have our back, just like you guys have our back. And so let's continue to do great things together
Yes,
for this awesome community.
absolutely.
And looking forward to seeing you and your wifey and the whole Forever Legend team on Friday.
Yeah, we're gonna bring a whole crew on Friday. It's gonna be fun.
Looking forward to it. Take care of yourself
All right, Iman.
and be well. Peace
Take
out,
care.
peace, no Rus Pirus, Padafis.
Bye.
Bye.